Okay, picking up from the last video, um, we saw that we can turn off the visibility of the driver or any other part. And right now, you can see if I close this, this shows you what's happening with that part. If you expand it, you can see, okay, this is where the explode happens. This is where the driver is off, the visibility is off. You can see that little wireframe icon to the right. And if I put the cursor over here, now the driver is back on. Um, so if we want that to happen gradually, I can just right click on that, go to interpolation mode and click on linear. And so now you can see the driver gradually fades in or becomes visible. Right, I'll just play that again, gradually becomes visible. Right, or under appearance, again, I can just right click, interpolation mode, and click on snap. So now the driver is completely invisible until it gets right there, and then the visibility gets turned on. So that's a way that you can work with that. Notice this little red slash right here. Right now, the disable view key creation is turned off. So in other words, if I want to be able to pan around and set different camera views for different times, um, then I need to turn that on. So I'm going to click on this button, auto key here, and then right click over here and uncheck that. So now that little telescope there does not have the red slash going through it. So at this point, maybe I'd like to start off, zoom back a little bit. All right, and then I'll move the timeline here a little bit. And at that point, maybe I want to be looking at from this viewpoint and zoomed in a little bit. And you can see that there's here is the action line for the orientation and camera views. That just put another key point there. If I move a little bit further, you know, it could be over here. That put another key point there. And I'll move a little bit further. And maybe I'll say I want to actually be back a little bit further over here. There's another key point. And I'll go a little bit further and say that I'm back over here. And then a little bit further and say I'm back over here. And at this point, maybe I want to be zoomed in like that. Okay. Now you have to be careful because if I move this timeline and then change the orientation, it's going to put another key point in there. So I'm going to click on this button. Basically, you can see the red line is back through there. And now, if I move to another spot and then zoom out, doesn't change anything, right? If I go back to the line, it's back the way it was before. So I can always still move this around, any position I want. But when I move the timeline, it's back to the way I had it set up. So at any rate, this way, if I play this now, you can see it's acting in the way as I had it set up to move. And obviously, this isn't a feature that you want to use just because you can. It's just like when you have a PowerPoint presentation, you don't want to have a smashing glass sound when you change slides just because you can do it. You want to have a reason for doing it. So when you have a complicated assembly, you want to be able to have your movements enhance the viewer's understanding of the assembly. But the purpose of this video is really just to show you the different kind of things that you can do. So anyways, we can move this around, and again, you can you can change these things, you can delete, you can click on any of these and delete them, and so it's pretty easy to use. And I'm going to have to stop the video here and pick up with the next video.